Well, hi there. I'm Michael Hausam of the Hausam Group at Vista Pacific Realty, and this is the Orange County Residential Real Estate Marketplace Update for the week ending August 3rd. And I can't even believe it's 2019, let alone the beginning of August. So, something very interesting has happened over the last 2 months, and that is this. The number of homes that have come on the market in the summer marketplace is dramatically less than in years past. Let's take a look. In June, there were 11% fewer new listings than there were last year. In July, there were 6% fewer listings than last year. The inventory in June and July grew by only 2%. The average between 2013 through 2018 for June and July was inventory growing by 15%. The result of this are fewer choices for buyers compared to years past. On the other hand, though, demand has been muted, so it hasn't been as good for home sellers as in years past. Right now, expected time on market in Orange County is at 91 days. That's a balanced market. This graph shows year-to-date expected marketing time compared with the last 3 years. 2 weeks ago, expected market time was 92 days, only 1 point up from where it is right now. Things are pretty flat, but definitely higher than any of the last 3 years, as you can see. And as I said 2 weeks ago, we will continue to watch very carefully to see if this year's late summer and fall numbers compare closely with last year, where the expected marketing time continued to increase all the way through the end of the year due to slack demand, increased rates, and inventory, or if it follows more normal historical trends and remains pretty much even. So aside from the fact about new homes coming on, what about overall inventory levels? In the last 2 weeks, it was up 0.5%. 2 weeks ago, it was down 0.5%. So that means in the last month, inventory levels are basically flat. This graph shows year-to-date numbers in the last 3 years for inventory levels. Note that there's 12% more inventory right now in Orange County than last year this time. And that was a lot more than the previous 2 years. Right now, it's still the highest inventory level in the last 8 years. So what about demand? Demand being the number of new homes that have gone into escrow in the previous month. In the last 2 weeks, up 2%. But remember, 2 weeks ago, demand was down 8%. So that's a pretty big shift in the last 2 weeks. Let's break down the demand by purchase price. 57% of the inventory in the county and 80% of the sales are under $1 million. Here, it's still a seller's market. Up to $750,000, it's a 63-day expected marketing time, which is down 1 from 2 weeks ago. Between $750,000 and $1 million, it's a seller's market at 73 days expected marketing time, which is down 6 from 2 weeks ago. Notice it's become a slightly stronger seller's market for sellers under $1 million in the last 2 weeks. Now, between $1 million and $1.25 million, it's gone the opposite way. 2 weeks ago, it was at 98 days expected marketing time, barely a balanced market. And right now, it's up to 116, which is almost a buyer's market. A couple of months ago, in May, between $1 million and $1.25 million, it was a seller's market. That's a big shift over the last few months. Now, above $1.25 million, it's a buyer's market, getting more and more so as the price goes up. Now, this is interesting. Note this on the very bottom. At the highest end, at homes above $4 million, that although it's still a very strong buyer's market, that is substantially less than last year. Right now, it's 500 days expected marketing time for homes over $4 million, but last year this time, it was 718 days. Okay, and lastly, as I always do, the numbers that we've been talking about here, the overall expected marketing time and balanced market and the price range, that's for the county as a whole. So let's take a look at a few specific cities and see what's happened in those areas. In Costa Mesa, it's a balanced market. 96 days expected marketing time, which is actually down 13 from 109 2 weeks ago. So in Costa Mesa, it's balanced, but it's gotten a little bit stronger for sellers. A year ago, it was definitely a seller's market with 81 days expected marketing time. Right now in Costa Mesa, homes are selling for 98.4% of their asking price. Ladera Ranch is also a balanced market at 107 days expected marketing time. That's a huge jump from 2 weeks ago, where it was 74 days, a seller's market. A year ago in Ladera Ranch, it was a seller's market at 77 days expected marketing time. Homes in Ladera Ranch are selling for 98.9% of their asking price. Now up in Newport Beach, as has been the case all year long, it's a buyer's market. Right now, 179 days expected marketing time in Newport. 2 weeks ago, it was 174 days marketing time. Note though, a year ago, it was 204 days expected marketing time. Right now in Newport Beach, it's actually a stronger market than it was a year ago. Homes in Newport Beach are selling for 96% of their asking price. Lastly, way down south in San Clemente, it's a buyer's market. 149 days expected marketing time right now. 2 weeks ago, it was 143 days, so not much of a change. A year ago, however, it was a very balanced market at 93 days expected marketing time. Now, this is interesting. The biggest surprise of this entire update, homes in San Clemente over the last 2 weeks were selling at 100.6% of their asking price. If there's a city that you have interest in that I didn't mention, please contact me. I literally have this information and even more details for every single city in the county. Also, and lastly, if you would like to talk to me and hear about the strategies that I use for home buyers and home sellers, please contact me. You can call me 949-413-2371. You can also email me, michael@hausamgroup.com. Hope you're having a great summer, and I'll talk to you soon.